Imagine you're standing in a city, looking up at the sky. Suddenly an alarm blares. You have just seconds to find shelter because a rocket is hurtling towards you. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie. It's a reality for many people living in Israel. For decades, communities, especially those near the Gaza Strip, have lived under the constant threat of short-range rockets, mortar attacks. These aren't sophisticated guided missiles from a superpower. Often they are simpler, unguided projectiles, but they are deadly nonetheless. Their purpose is to terrorize and to cause harm, turning everyday life into a lottery of survival, where a trip to the market or a child's walk to school is fraught with peril. To counter this persistent and terrifying threat, you can't just build bigger walls or dig deeper shelters. You need something more dynamic, something that can meet the threat in the sky and neutralize it before it can do any harm. This is where the Iron Dome comes in. Think of it not as a physical dome of iron but as a protective, invisible shield powered by incredible technology. It's a mobile, all-weather air defense system designed specifically to intercept and destroy short-range rockets' artillery shells, fired from distances of 4 to 70 kilometers away. Its job is simple to state but incredibly complex to achieve. Protect civilians and critical infrastructure from incoming attacks. The need for such a system became painfully clear during the 2006 Second Lebanon War. The Iron Dome represents a monumental leap in defensive warfare technology. It's one of the most fascinating pieces of modern defensive technology, and its story is written in the skies above Israel. Every great defense system begins with one crucial element: the ability to see the threat coming. For the Iron Dome, this role is played by a truly remarkable piece of technology, the ELM-2084 Multi-Mission Radar, or MMR. This isn't your everyday weather radar. Think of it as a set of superhuman eyes, constantly scanning a vast expanse of sky with incredible precision and speed. Developed by the Israeli aerospace company Elta Systems, this radar is the first link in the defensive chain. Its primary job is to detect any incoming rocket, detect any incoming artillery shell the moment it is launched. It doesn't wait for the object to get close. It picks it up right at the beginning of its journey. The technology behind this radar is what makes it so special. It uses an active electronically scanned array, or ASA antenna. Don't let the name intimidate you. Unlike old-school radars that physically rotate a dish to scan the sky, an ESA radar is stationary. It steers its radar beams electronically. It can scan, it can track, it can engage multiple targets in different directions almost simultaneously. Once the eyes of the system has detected a rocket, calculated its flight path, that data is instantly sent to the brain. This is the Battle Management and Weapon Control, the BMC, housed in a protected mobile unit, the nerve center where key decisions are made. A hub of sophisticated hardware and software run by a handful of highly trained soldiers. Think of it as mission control for a localized space battle. Raw radar data, speed, altitude, trajectory flows into the BMC. Powerful algorithms process it in real time. The BMC's primary task: assess threat level of each incoming rocket. The system's software calculates with pinpoint accuracy where the rocket will land. It overlays the impact point on a detailed map: cities, towns, open fields, military bases, power plants, airports. Then, in a fraction of a second, it asks, is this rocket a threat? Is it headed for a populated area or sensitive site? From radar detection to firing command, all in seconds. With the threat identified and the decision to engage made by the Battle Management and Weapon Control Center, it's time for the system to act. This is the job of the Iron Dome's fist, the Tamir interceptor missile. These missiles are housed in a mobile launcher, a truck-mounted unit that holds 20 interceptors ready to be fired at a moment's notice. When the BMC gives the go command, the launcher fires one of these incredible projectiles vertically into the air. The Tamir is not your average missile. It's a marvel of engineering designed to hunt down and destroy a small, fast-moving rocket in mid-air. The Tamir missile is about 3 meters long and weighs around 90 kilograms. While it's launched vertically, it doesn't just fly straight up. As soon as it clears the launcher, it receives continuous data updates from the command center on the ground. This data, originally from the ELM-2084 radar, tells the Tamir the precise location and updated flight path of its target. The goal is to destroy the threat high in the sky, causing it to disintegrate into harmless pieces that burn up or fall over a wide, often unpopulated area. Now let's put all the pieces together and watch the celestial dance of the Iron Dome in action. The sequence is a breathtaking symphony of technology unfolding in the sky in less time than it takes to read this sentence. It all begins with a hostile act. the launch of a rocket from enemy territory. From the moment that rocket ignites and lifts off, the clock is ticking. The whole engagement, detection to destruction, must happen within about 15 to 90 seconds. There's no room for error or delay. Step 1, detection. Instantly, the ELM 2084 radar detects the rocket's launch. Powerful electronic beams lock on and track. One of the most profound and revolutionary aspects is not what it chooses to shoot down, but what it chooses not to shoot down. This selective engagement capability is the core of its strategic genius and its financial viability. Imagine dozens of rockets fired at once. If the system had to intercept every single one, its 20 missile launchers would be depleted in seconds, leaving the protected area vulnerable to a second wave or a third wave of attacks. With each Tamir interceptor costing tens of thousands of dollars, firing indiscriminately would be astronomically expensive. This is where the sophisticated threat assessment algorithm in the Battle Management and Weapon Control Center plays its most critical role. When the radar tracks an incoming rocket, the BMC doesn't just see an object, it sees a mathematical arc. It computes this trajectory with incredible speed and precision to determine the exact latitude and longitude of its predicted landing spot. The true test of any technology isn't in the laboratory or on the proving ground. It's in the real world under the most challenging conditions imaginable. The Iron Dome faced its first major trial by fire in 2011 and has since been tested time and time again, proving its worth in numerous conflicts. Its public debut was in April 2011, when it successfully intercepted its first Grad rocket fired from Gaza that was heading toward the Israeli city of Ashkelon. This was a landmark moment, the first time a system of its kind had successfully destroyed a short-range rocket in a combat situation. It was the moment theory became a life-saving reality. The system's most significant and widely publicized test came in November 2012 during an 8-day conflict known as Operation Pillar of Defense. Over the course of the operation, militants in Gaza fired over 1,500 rockets toward Israel. The Iron Dome's 5 operational batteries were put to the ultimate test. According to Israeli officials, the system identified approximately 1/3 of those rockets as threats to populated areas. Of those threats, the Iron Dome successfully intercepted over 400 of them, achieving an astonishing success rate estimated between 85 and 90%. It was a stunning validation of the system's capabilities, saving countless lives, and preventing widespread destruction in cities like Tel Aviv, Beersheba, Ashdod. The stories of lives saved are not just statistics, they are deeply personal. For children in southern Israel, the Iron Dome became a sort of superhero, the thing that made the scary noises in the sky go away. Again, in the conflicts of 2014, 2021 and beyond, the Iron Dome has been a central player in Israel's defense. Like all great technological achievements, the Iron Dome wasn't born overnight. It was the product of brilliant minds, relentless determination, and a pressing national need. The story of its creation is a compelling chapter in the history of defense innovation. Following the 2006 Lebanon War, the Israeli Ministry of Defense put out a call for a solution to the short-range rocket threat. Several proposals were considered, including laser-based systems, but the contract was ultimately awarded in 2007 to an Israeli defense contractor, Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. The development was led by a team of dedicated engineers and project managers at Rafael. Figures like Dr. Danny Gold and Chanuk Levin were instrumental. They were tasked with an almost impossible challenge: to develop from scratch a working system in just a few years on a relatively tight budget. The team had to innovate at every level, from the sophisticated radar and battle management software to the agile, cost-effective interceptor missile. It was a high-stakes race against time, driven by the knowledge that every day of delay left Israeli citizens vulnerable. This focus on good enough engineering, rather than striving for an impossibly perfect and expensive solution, was key to the project's success. The Iron Dome is more than just a successful piece of military hardware. It's a technology that has fundamentally changed the nature of conflict and the calculus of warfare. Its most immediate and important impact is, of course, humanitarian. By providing a reliable defense against rocket attacks, the system has saved an untold number of civilian lives. It has dramatically reduced casualties and property damage in the areas it protects. This gives civilians a crucial measure of protection and reduces the terror and psychological trauma that are the primary goals of such indiscriminate attacks. It allows a society under fire to continue to function. From a strategic perspective, the Iron Dome provides Israeli leaders with something incredibly valuable: decision-making space. In the past, a heavy rocket barrage causing mass casualties would have created immense public pressure and political pressure for an immediate and massive military response. Such a response could include a ground invasion. This could lead to rapid, large-scale escalation of a conflict. Because the Iron Dome mitigates the most severe impacts of an attack, it gives the government more time to consider its options. It allows for a more measured response, potentially favoring diplomacy or more limited, targeted military action over a full-blown war, thereby de-escalating a crisis. Ultimately, the legacy of the Iron Dome is that of a paradigm shift in defensive warfare. The Iron Dome has shown the world that in modern conflict, a smart, technologically advanced shield can be as powerful and influential as any sword.